So it's Friday again. That means time to start thinking about the bus. So the to-do list for this weekend looks a little like this. I'm going to tape over the holes in the floor and in the walls. I'm going to bondo the holes in the walls. I'm going to measure these windows because I would like to see how much it would cost to get double paned RV style windows to put on here. I've burped coolant. I've been working on the impression I had a leak or that I had air in the coolant system, but video may show that I do or don't. I want to measure on the roof and kind of start making plans for my roof rack deck solar extravaganza. And then the last thing on the list is to splice those last few wires in the control panel so that that panel is completely empty. The plan is to let this thing run and see if we can bubble some air out here. I've got the heater vents open and the heater turned on. So that's the overflow of the coolant when it swelled up and expanded. So in short, this is the cold fill line way down here. So when the engine's cold, you fill it up to that line. But I was filling it way up here because, you know, I didn't know no better. And then as it dribbled out that hole up there, when it expands and the engine's running, and it dribbled out that hole, and then I came back out here and shut it down and looked at it, I thought, oh no, it's going down. But of course it's going down, it's going out on the ground. So, there we go. We'll do that. It even says right there, Reservoir d'Expansion. Like it's supposed to do that. Plan is to take this stuff, which I take to be the Gorilla version of Flex Seal, and put a little square of that over all the holes. And then for the body holes on the outside, I'm going to hit them with a little Bondo Love and fill them all. And then I can sand and make way. Just thought we'd check in here. Make See all them black spots? And it's all holes that I have put tape over. Alright. I can tell you that there are few things as exciting and engaging as taping up holes in a bus. So I would like to find out what it would cost me to replace these single pane windows with some RV style double pane windows. Because you might notice there are a lot of windows on my bus, and that is not good for insulation. So somebody mentioned a window manufacturer, Motion Windows, and they have a form you can fill out and send them in the information, and they will estimate for you how much it would cost for them to make your windows. And basically all I need is the width of the window opening. And I'm going to say that I guess that gives me 31.5 inches wide. And how far up do we go? I think we go up to there. 29 inches tall. Let's just take a moment to appreciate that accomplishment right there. Huh. I routed all the signal lights and put little clip connectors on there. So routed them all back together, and then the relay is this one right here, and the red wire to the purple wire. Stick those together, and then I don't need this anymore. The bus starts like a breeze. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I thought I would walk through and kind of notate where I'm going to have electrical stuff. Just get an idea of how much wire I'm going to need to run and where it needs to go. Probably not the way you're supposed to do it, but I have a Sharpie, and a wasp. But thumb light bar in the front. This, of course, will hopefully be my nerve center. I'm gonna have LED straps over the LED light strips under the overhead cabinets, and those will be 12 volt. We'll have a water pump for my sink. I have a work light on the ceiling. Gonna have another light strip here, and that's gonna be a three-way switch. And somewhere here I drew, I guess I didn't, the switch is gonna be over here. Woohoo! Wasp. So I have this light strip at 12 volt and this light strip at 12 volt, and they'll be on a three-way switch, one of which will be over here somewhere, and there's another 12 volt strip under the overhead cabinets. I want to add at least one. And that'll be a work light, and that'll be 12 volts, and that'll switch down here too. So that puts a work light over the dinette. And let's see, the under cabinet strip will have a switch here in the center of the dinette. And then I'll also have a 12 volt and a 120 volt, 110 volt, whatever you want to call it, outlets here in the center of the dinette. Let's see, the under cabinet light strip here comes to here, which is the end of the dinette and the start of my headboard. And these are also the end. This is where my center strips end. And the second switch will be over here on the headboard. And I'll have two strips in the center from here back to the back of the bus. And those will also be on a switch on my headboard. I'll have a 12 volt and 120, 110 volt, whatever it is. Whee! There goes my pen. On the headboard, so I can plug in my phone or whatever. And I'll have a little spotlight work light over the bed. Also switched on the headboard. That's about it for electricity on this side of the bus, on the passenger side. We go back to the back of the bus. These strip lights go all the way to the back. I'll have a light bar there. I'll have my Max Air fan. I'm planning on doing a porch that raises up to the back of the bus and gets lowered by winch. So I need something for the winch, but I don't know if a winch is going to be 12 volt or if it's going to be AC. I don't know. But carrying on, we got the diesel heater, needs some power. I have LED lighting in this storage cabinet that goes here, floor to ceiling. I have a exhaust fan in the bottom of this cabinet because that's where my toilet and my LP propane tanks will be. So I'll have those in a kind of a sealed thing that vents to the outside. I'm thinking maybe a cutoff that I can control from somewhere. So I can just flip a switch and not have to crank the handles to turn off my propane. Let's see, we got a work light over the sink. We'll have a work light over the, there's a wasp. I have a work light over the counter space over the refrigerator, and then we'll have the fridge AC line, and then we'll have another 12-volt AC plug-ins for other stuff. I have a switch for the under the overhead storage light strip, and my water pump for my sink. I think we may have been there already. And a work light over the sink. That was the one. I see that one was over the stove. So that's a work light over my stove, and then that's yeah. These waspers, I really do not have great love for these fellas. So that's a tour of my electrical as it stands so far. Oh, somewhere up here. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna have some deck lighting. I don't know exactly what that will look like, but I don't want it to be completely dark up there. It's time to go skyward. That way. The preliminary plan is to make access to the roof through this here door. But that'll get me up there. Wind noise. Let's see. So the plan. Alright, so that's my bus. This is the front, this is fiberglass, and then this is the metal body of the bus. The plan is to run super strut full length of the metal part of the bus on both sides. These will be mounted on top of hockey pucks, so it'll give it an extra inch. And then the center line of super strut will be mounted directly to the surface of the roof and probably be the shorter super strut. That hopefully gives me a level surface across there. I'll have to play with that. Alright, then we put a horizontal line super strut across the top of those at the front of the bus, just before the escape hatch, just after the escape hatch, and then back here after the max air fan. This is the max air fan. This is the escape hatch. Okay, next we're going to take our solar panels. We're going to put full extension heavy duty drawer slides here and here, and then we're going to put a solar panel there. And so when you get to where you're going, you'll slide that solar panel out like a wing, like an awning, because it'll be an awning. So we'll do that on both sides. So in the back we'll have 200 watt panels that slide out on door slides. Okay, so we've got full length, then we've got horizontals. They have door slides mounted on them that the solar panels will mount in so that they can slide in and out. Then we do another set of full length super strut on top of those horizontal bars, deck boards across that. so that we will have a full deck with solar panels that slide underneath the deck. So when I'm driving, all my big expensive solar panels are going to be under the deck, protected from rocks and what have you, rain and hail and brimstone and whatever else falls on my bus. Then when I get where I'm going, I pull them out and I've got solar. And the same thing in the back, I have 200 watt panels in the back, slide them out, got solar. Deck on top. That's the plan. And then we might put up here on this fiberglass, I may put a couple of 100 watt flexible panels. I'm not a huge fan of the flexible panels, but I can mount those on that fiberglass. And then when I'm driving, I can get 200 watts from those. And then I'll have a DC to DC charger that pulls off the alternator. So it'll pull probably 60 amps-ish. And so I'll have 200 watts plus whatever the 60 amps gives me to charge while I'm driving. And then when I get where I'm going, whoop, whoop. And hopefully this is shorter than all the noise with the wind noise. We'll see. This time I knew what to expect. Alright, that's it for the rooftop adventure. Well, winding down another weekend. Alright, to the to-do list. I measured my windows. Gonna send that in this week. Tried to burp the coolant. Can't tell that it did anything. Went up for the roof, did some measuring. Spliced out the last of the wires in the electrical panel. So the electrical panel is no more. And I've got tape over all my holes. Bondo will have to wait till later. I think that'll do it. Until next time. Boop. Y'all didn't see that, did you?